Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be painting the tail fairings on our Ninja 300 here. We've already got all of our fairings removed so that we can go ahead and paint them today. My wife is actually the expert painter in the family. She has done many projects that involve painting, but she's going to be able to show you the technique that she uses for all of the very successful projects that she's done. So I'm going to turn it over to her and she's going to tell you how we're going to do this project today. If you guys are uncomfortable taking the tail fairings off your Ninja 300, we've got another video so you don't have to worry about that. We'll post it in the description below so that you can take your fairings off comfortably and you can see what it all looks like. And then at the tail end of that video, there's another portion of it that shows you how to put them back on, so we can help you with that if you need the help. If not, we got our fairings down in front of us and my lovely wife is going to take over from here because she's the expert.
So first we're going to go ahead and prep the tail fairing. What that entails is mild cleaning, just a detergent, water, it's fine. Removing the grommets and then placing them to the side so you don't lose them. And the decals will be fine. They won't be damaged with the Plasti-dip. It's a rubberized paint. If you're unfamiliar with any kind of Plasti-dip, it self-levels and it's easy to remove and it won't damage the surface of the fairing with the paint. It will adhere but not permanently. So if you want to change the color down the road, right now we're going to be doing a black. But if you want to do a red or a white or a gray, or they have a metallic that you can choose as well, that's another option. The reason we're choosing black is because of the stripe up here on the bike. We want it to kind of create a wave of black towards the back. So we just completed the preparation, which included taking these rubber grommets out. There's 4 of them. They come out of these holes right here, and then also on the other side of the tail fairing. So once these are removed, we just put them to the side. We'll go ahead and put them back in once we finish Plasti-dipping our tail fairing. So the paint that we're going to be using for the tail fairing is Plasti-dip. It's the brand by Performix. It's the best rubberized self-leveling paint on the market that I've ever used. We've chosen to Plasti-dip the tail fairing because of just general imperfections that happen over wear and tear. The decals are starting to get some imperfections from riding. So we're going to go ahead and cover them, essentially preserving them with the rubberized paint. So we're going to get painting. You want to prop all of your pieces to your tail fairing on something. I've gone ahead and bought these painter triangles. They are easy to prop up. If you don't have those, the lids work just fine. If you can, just use some of these or a wood block or something that is not going to come in contact with the top front surface of it. That's going to be your best bet. You want to go ahead and shake the Plasti-dip can for about a minute. It recommends 6 to 8 layers of paint, as well as spraying no farther away than 18 inches or 1.5 feet. I suggest going at a slow pace for about 12 inches away. In order to get a good stream, you want to kind of give yourself a pendulum swinging action while you're spraying. That way you get an even coat instead of bumping your arm around or anything along those lines. So pull yourself back and just go. So go ahead and give yourself a good solid clean layer. You'll start to see it level out in the paint. It won't run. If you do too many layers or you do it too closely, it will start to run and then you'll have to start all over. The company that makes Plasti-dip has a dissolver. So if you need to start over, it's not the end of the world. And it is meant to peel off. So there are ways to fix a mess if you make it. You want to come from one angle and then come to the reverse angle so you don't have any spaces that are covered less. Where you have the crevices, you don't want those covered less than the other side. So now that we've painted the first coat of the Plasti-dip on the tail fairings, we made sure that all of the nooks and crannies were covered, but we're not doing so much that we're gonna start puddling, dripping, or any really heavy pooling in any of the nooks and crannies or down the sides. It is rubberized paint and it is self-level. Again, it still is paint, so it will puddle and pool and drip. You also want to make sure that you're getting a good solid 5 minutes of dry time. So start with one piece and then move down, and then once that is 5 minutes for that one, you should be able to start painting again and gradually moving down. So a good 5-minute dry time between each coat, 6 to 8 coats, and then a 24-hour dry time for a proper cure. It will continue to cure and harden over time, so you will have a really good longevity and durability with this type of paint.
So it's been about 3 months since we did the paint job, and I wanted to show you guys something. If you look right here, you can see where the paint is starting to rub up a little bit. It did that so badly on this piece that it actually ended up going into the main part of the body panel, so I just tore the whole thing off. And as you can see, the Plasti-dip paint actually comes off really clean. There's a couple areas where it didn't necessarily come off as cleanly as I would liked it to, but that just means that we need to make sure that we layer it up a little bit thicker in those areas. So when I go and repaint this piece right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it up a little bit thicker on this inside edge and also across here where your inner leg grips onto the bike, so that we don't have the issues with peeling that we presently do. Before I repaint that middle fairing, I wanted to give you guys some contrast between what it looks like with it painted and without it painted, so you can decide what looks best on your bike. This is the side that's painted. As you can see, it goes from here all the way back in that wave that my wife was talking about, where it's all black. And here's what it looks like when it's unpainted, so that you can see what it looks like for contrast, so that you have the option to decide which one you like more. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today, guys. Me and my wife really enjoyed doing this project together, and I think it improved the overall aesthetics of the bike. If you guys like this and the other projects that we're doing to the Ninja 300, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and as always, thanks for watching.